Hey y'all, today we're at 1111 here in Philly. The address is 727 South 2nd Street, and on today's podcast we have the owner. So come in. Welcome to episode 5 of Shop Talk Podcast. I'm your host DK, and today we have my new cousin as of 2 Taco Tuesdays ago. Woo! So give them a little introduction of yourself.
Hey y'all, so my name is Nene. I'm from Southwest Philadelphia. We're in here doing this interview on my new restaurant. We're going to get into details on how this became up and running. We're thinking about opening a restaurant. I can give you a little bit of pointers and a little bit more personal life too.
Ooh, period. I like you. I like this already. So what inspired you to open up a restaurant?
So I know I grew up being a little party girl, in the parties and the clubs, always having fun. I love to have fun. So I wanted to get into the bar industry. I wanted the lounge, hookah, good vibes, finger food type of things. And I told my family, my mom and my dad, but my dad kept telling, he was scaring me, you don't need to have that. Oh, people gonna be acting crazy.
No, it's scary. It really is scary.
Yeah, so he's the one who took me out of getting the actual bar. I was really going to, wanting to not go against them, because if something was to happen, then I would have had to go there, get my dad and get my family and things like that. Whereas that was, I told you so and stuff like that. I didn't want all that. And our family been through a lot already, so I backed down on opening a bar or a lounge. And I started sitting again what I'm going to do? So I still wanted the vibes, I still wanted to do the vibes. So I was like, well, what about something during the day, like a day party or something like that? It's not people just start to drink. They get in the mood, then it's time to go on to the next party, a later event or whatever like that. So whereas though I'm not going to have too much crazy drama during the day. But then, I love breakfast. I love food. I don't really like to cook, but we always cooked in our household. Whereas those let's do a brunch and drinking and stuff like that. So that's where I came up and was bet I'm going to do a brunch, a full bar, hookah, things like that. Even though down the road of getting it, a lot changed for now. Eventually my second one will have a full bar hookah, but this location that I'm in, I didn't want to scare off my everyday customers. They don't really do hookah.
Because of the area.
Yeah, the area. We're in a really good area, whereas the little wine is cool. Bring your own bottle. We don't need no hype. Chill vibes. And everybody love it here so far. People do on social media always ask, oh, is it hookah there? Is it hookah there? But when you get here, you forget about the hookah. But definitely our next location, we're going to have full bar and hookah.
It's crazy you say that, because I didn't grow up a party girl per se, but my whole family is like that. So I actually I actually started to get a bar and lounge. Finished it completely, and I named it after my grandma's house, 1725. Everybody knows that my grandma, it was called 1725. And then I backed out because it's I'm not a party girl. I'm can I really stand? Granted, I can hire people, but when you're a new owner, you gotta
be there.
You have to put the footwork in before you can step back. And I'm am I really going to be able to be inside of this bar every night after taking my clients and stuff like that? Absolutely not. Then I thought about the stuff that comes along with drunk people at night. I'm I don't want to be getting sued. If somebody, God forbid, was to get killed or something at my place, I would feel terrible
too. Because if any establishment or business you walk in and you don't sign a waiver, you're responsible for every person that's there.
And that's scary. So I literally got the whole thing finished, done, and I was I'm waiting on the grand opening. I started doing the hiring process and everything, and I was no.
What?
And I got rid of it.
Did you sell it how it is?
How it was. Yep. Just take it.
So did someone who already was in a bar establishment take over, or just somebody new?
It's somebody that was already in a. I don't know if he want me to disclose that yet, but he did take over everything the way it was, and being as I put so much money into it, you know, I basically sold it to him. Now I didn't own the building, so I was able to just transfer everything over. We talked to the landlord and everything like that, but because I put so much money into it, he bought it off me as is.
Oh,
so that'll probably be opening soon. He didn't even open it yet.
At least it worked out.
But yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with it. It was too much. So every name has a meaning. Like I said, my vision was from my grandma's house. That's where we all started smoking hookah and stuff. Where did you get the name?
So my restaurant name is 1111. It was 1111 Make-A-Wish, but I felt like it was too long. And the Make-A-Wish come from the time 1111. Every time I caught that time growing up, I would make a wish. I never at first, like, you know, growing up, actually knew a meaning of it.
Right.
I just heard that it was the numbers meant luck. And if you court that time, that you should always make a wish.
Right.
And I just used to always do that.
Right.
So when I thought about having a brunch, I'm very, very creative. Like everything I do gotta look nice or like be creative or whatever.
Yeah.
So I wanted not just, oh, come eat brunch and bring your own bottle. I needed something to incorporate inside, whereas though, especially nowadays, everything is TikTok, Instagram. So I wanted to gravitate to the Instagrammers and the TikTokers where they want to come here and do a review or make videos. We get videos all the time. We had like 4 posts already go viral, and we are really doing good off of TikTok.
Right.
Like alone. Other than street traffic, TikTok is everybody coming. Where you hear about us from? TikTok.
Right.
But anyway, I'm like, I want to do something. So every day here at 1111, at the time 1111, the whole restaurant get to make a wish.
Okay.
So we
That's really
these
decent.
sparkles. We pass them out. People really close their eyes, make their wish, and they be so happy about it.
That's so
and that's where I got the clouds from. I was supposed to have some angel portraits in here, but I ain't never get a chance to. I just had to open.
How long?
I was running out
how
of
long
time.
been open?
We opened April 11th.
Okay.
So yesterday was 2 months exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's decent.
We're doing very good. Thank you to everybody who support, who comes back constantly. Like,
that's a vibe. That's a vibe. That 1111.
Yeah.
I didn't know you did that.
so yeah, definitely. Oh, and if it's not 11/11, if it's your birthday,
Right.
if you celebrate something, you get to make a wish too.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So what do you think? I mean, it's only been 2 months, but what do you think is the hardest part about running a business?
The hardest part for sure is finding workers.
Okay.
Loyal workers,
Right.
consistent workers,
That's what every
workers
business.
that is not who's willing to learn, who's willing to listen, don't feel like they being told what to do. Yeah. So
It's real hard.
finding workers is the hardest thing to do right now.
How many employees do you have?
Right now I am down to 3, including myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that open up new businesses, whatever business, they don't like putting in that groundwork.
So I do everything.
Okay.
I host, I'm a waitress, I cook, I clean, I'm literally everything you can think of.
And it's crazy because a lot of people that come here and you waiting on them, they probably wouldn't even think that you're the owner.
So it's like definitely half and half. Some people come in, like people from the TikTok world, they come in and be like, yeah, we heard this is a black owner. I'm like, yeah. I don't never put myself out there like I'm the owner.
Right.
I'll talk to them normal.
Right.
Then half of the people who's around here, because they see me put the work in,
Right.
they be like, you the owner, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they be like, what's your name, Nene? And I am so cool with a lot of the people on this block, around the corner. They be like, oh, if you need help with your kids, they offer their hand. And I'm not going to send my kids there, but they really nice
people.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know that I'm the owner, but I like it that way. I don't even connect myself with my business on Instagram.
Right.
I don't follow myself off my business page because I don't want to be judged. I don't want somebody not to come because
it's crazy because a lot of people is like that. A lot of I don't think a lot of people know that when you connect yourself to your business,
I get that, you proud of what you do or this
because
is
some girls are really
but I'm
like,
okay with not connecting myself. And then I was like a little bit, like I was tough in the street. So on our community side, especially where I'm from, not a lot of people like me. So they're not going to come here. But guess what? A few of them came here not knowing. They probably thought I worked here.
Right.
Not knowing this was my establishment.
Right, right. It's crazy because a lot of people, like, I used to think that too. Like, what if I open up this bar or whatever the case may be and people don't come? Like, me doing hair is totally different. Like, it's so many girls that get their hair done. I don't care if the people that don't like to come or not. But with a restaurant, it's like, you need everybody.
Yeah. I want everybody money.
Right, right.
And it's just like, I don't want to say, oh no, I don't want her to come. No, come.
Right, right. So do you think that there is an easiest part?
The easiest part is the cooking.
Okay.
The cooking, because even though I don't enjoy it, I like to make people happy. Like, you know,
the reactions.
Cooking is easy because I know it's good.
Right.
Like, I'm just doing my normal regular routine and showing y'all what I do at home and put it out there.
I mean, you used to cook it,
you know, helping the chef out. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know the chef is my kid's dad.
Okay.
So, and that's just for start, I think.
Right.
I don't know if he wants to be here permanent.
Right.
I know I don't want to cook here forever. I know I want to find somebody and teach them for a whole month, 30 days, side by side, teach them what I do, and not make sure they don't go off this way and do it their way. Like, oh, this the way, this how everybody love it, and I'm going to stick to that. So I don't know the future as far as him being here, but right now it's working with the both of us.
Right.
And everybody love it. Everybody love our food. That's definitely the easiest part. Everybody love our food. It's different. It's different from wherever you want to go. Everybody can tell you who ate here before that it don't taste like no other place.
Right. Okay. I definitely gotta get something. Cause I love me some food. Some brunch.
I love breakfast.
Yeah.
I can eat breakfast morning and night.
It's crazy because I'm not really a breakfast person in the morning, but I'm more of a brunch. Like, I can eat at like 12, and it be good.
Yep.
So how long did it take you to get like up and running?
So actually, I almost gave up on this. I almost gave up on this because it took almost a year. It took like 10 months to find a place.
Right.
And I was coming across buildings. So as far as me, I'm literally never had a restaurant before. So I didn't want to build from grown up a fresh kitchen. So yeah, I wanted a restaurant that already had a kitchen. The kitchen started off at $100K. I had the money to do it. I started doing it, but then it was like, why? Like, this your first one. You can get your dream kitchen later on down the road. So that's what happened. I changed my mind. I started looking at restaurants that already had a kitchen, and I was coming across nice ones.
Right.
And I couldn't, like, they wasn't biting. A lot of them was Caucasian men who owned the buildings who didn't believe in a young black lady.
Right.
Especially the restaurant world, because, you know, it's hard. It's tough. And that's the story that I heard all the way up until now. Oh, you get in a restaurant? Oh,
they be wanting a lot of experience. Like, if this was your second place, they would probably bite for it.
Yeah, faster. But they wouldn't bite at all. I even was like giving like good stories, good business plans, where I come from, things like that. They wasn't biting. They was like even telling me somebody else already rented it. It's still for rent. It's still on the market. Yeah, still on the market. And it was like, I used to cry every day about it. Like,
because technically they couldn't tell you, especially if like the credit thing wasn't an issue or anything like that.
The money was there, the credit was there, and
that's really racial.
The business. So I thought it was definitely they was being racist, and I thought I was never going to get one because majority of the buildings was owned from white men. Right. By white men. So I went to my girl, my kids go to aftercare. They've been in her daycare center since they were almost born or whatever. And she was so willingly to help me because I'm like, I have to do something. Like, I'm sitting on money, I need to flip it because I have plans, you know? So I need to start making some more money. I went to her about opening up a daycare center. She like, all right, come in this day. She said, how we sitting next to each other and you gotta do this, that. She gave me the whole list. And I asked, I said, do other people ask you for help? She said, people ask me for help. I said, well, do they take the help and really do something with it? She said, no. I said, well, why don't you charge?
Right.
Because that's your time. She said, I don't care, because she liked to help for one, and then for two, she can withhold information. But as far as daycare, you can look it up online and get every step you need.
That is a whole lot of work.
So she gave me all the information. I started doing the steps. I was like on step 5, like, hey, I did this, I did that. And I got a call from this realtor I was working with, but I kind of was mad at her because every time she would show me a location for something, she didn't have the correct information on it. And every time I went to a place, I knew more information that she knew. Right. So it's like, you the realtor, you should know all these things. Why am I bringing you information that you? Oh, I didn't know that. Whatever like that. So I was kind of mad at her. She definitely found this place the day it got put on the market. She was like, hey, I'm sorry, I know you've been frustrated, like all the crying, blah, blah, blah. Something just got put up on the market, you want to go see it? I didn't respond. I hurried up and digged up the information, got the real realtor for this building information. She answered the same day. It's probably a couple hours after she put it on the market. She said, can you come see it now? I was like, yeah. So I ran down there, boom. So we talked, I gave her my business plan. She was straight up with me. She was like, well, the owners do have someone looking at this place already, and he know them. Right. So I ain't get my hopes up high. I said, all right, well, whatever, I ain't got this building. But then you can show me whatever like that. I looked at it, I left. I submitted everything to her, and something happened within like the 2 days, whereas the realtor lady who filmed it and her started going clashing like, oh, I sent her there, the realtor that showed me, oh, that's my client. And then the other lady like, well, she came by herself. So I started getting scared even more, like, oh, I'm going to lose this building. So I had stepped and said something to the lady like, hey, I did go see the building without you because I was honest. Every time you send me a building, you don't know the correct information on it, and I wanted to do it on my own. Right. She understood, but still was upset because if I was to get the building, she wanted her commission. Right. 2 days later, I'm still like enforcing this lady like to believe like I didn't try to do nothing malicious, but so it's just stuff been going on. Whereas though I want the detail, the correct detail. So I came to you myself. So the owners of this building was Turkish. Real nice guys. Well, just one guy, real nice guy. And he gave it to me. He said, I think you're going to do good here. They need a breakfast place. He owned the building for like 20 years, so he dealt with a breakfast place here. Okay. He dealt with, before me was a taco spot. And I guess he knew that the breakfast place did better than the taco spot, so he gave it to me. And the realtor who had this building was nice enough to split the commission with. Oh, that was nice. With my manager, yeah. My realtor. That was really nice. Yeah. That was really nice. So it was definitely hard. I gave up and I started working on opening the daycare, and then this just came up, and that goes to tell, well, that showed me, be patient. Right. Be patient. Right. It's going to come. What's for you is for you. What's for you, for you, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Splitting the commission is crazy. I didn't expect that out of this story. Because she was a nice lady. I think she was like, she's Chinese or something. Okay. Like that. And she was worried. Like, she was even scared to respond to me. So I made her feel like comfortable, let her know what I did. I did go behind her back to come see the building and stuff like that. And she felt bad about it. But that's just being determined. Like, this is not working out. Like, I'm going to go see these places with this lady. She might not know what's going on. And I feel like at this point, you the realtor. Because you got to look deeper into shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went to her property. And this, at the time, I even switched. I kept her to look for the daycare centers. Yeah. She was with me looking for the daycare centers. She sent me to a daycare center that was still like not even ready for rent, and I'm like, how do you find this place? Right. This lease not up until 5 months from now. Right. Why is it on the market? She cleaned, I guess, whatever they see before us. That's how she
a lot of people, a lot of landlords, they will put stuff on the market. That's like houses. Like it might not be available till December.
Yeah.
But they got
But she didn't tell me that.
Exactly.
And she didn't even know that.
Right.
I explained. She was like, "Well, I thought this was leased now because when we went to see all this stuff is still there."
Right.
When I went and looked for the information, I said, "You know, this not available until 5 months." She said, "Oh, I didn't know that." Even one time we went to another daycare center. It was for another daycare center. It was on 52nd Street. Mm-hmm. We went there. They was cutting hair. It was a two unit, 2 floors. Mm-hmm. They was all cutting hair, and the guy let us walk around. The owner wasn't there yet. He let us walk around and see how big it was. The owner calls and say, "Oh, why did you go right now? I didn't want my workers to know I was trying to get them out."
What?
And she like, "You told me to come." It was horrible. It was like bad. Yeah. So I just feel like most of the stuff was more so on as far as her fault on the daycare center. So that's why I believe the restaurant was meant for me too. Because she didn't really have trouble finding me restaurants. It was just restaurants that I didn't care for, or restaurants that I was going through actually 2 realtors. All the places she was sending me, I didn't like. And this man, his name Alex. To this day, I'm waiting until I got everything 100% down packed to send him an invite here. He didn't believe in me at all. Oh, yeah. He criticized me so bad, I couldn't believe it. Even on the business plan, you give a mock menu. Right. I'm not going to show you all of my, my menus. A mock menu is a business plan. He criticized that menu so bad. This don't even look good. This don't even sound good. You gotta rub it in his face. I can't wait to send out the invitation. It need to be packed. Everybody, he need to come at 11:11. Because every day I think about him. Like, I cannot wait until I got everything 100%. I'm gonna send him an invitation. Like, literally, he did not. He made me. I thought I was at school. Right. I thought I was at school, even though I do appreciate running into him because he fucking made my business plan, executed. My business plan was the shit for this. It was ready. But I was just like, bro, like he was making me, I would do what he told me to do, come back, and then he want me to do something else. And he still criticized me. I said, well, you told me to do this. Like, he knew I wanted it so bad, but he was making it. I looked like a clown now. And it's crazy because from you saying that, now I'm starting to think, did he really believe in you and wanted you to go harder, or was he really being an ass? I think he was being an ass. I really think even Ren was getting mad. He had me crying. Yeah. Like, that's how bad it was. I couldn't believe it. I hated him. Yeah. Like, I hated this man. I'm like, what the heck? And when I first met him, I didn't even think it was him criticizing me. I thought it was him wanting the best for me. Yeah. But no, the whole time it was him just trying to belittle me, seeing what I really know. Like, oh, she don't know a lot. She don't know a lot. I'm going to keep putting her on the spot. But he prepared me. He did prepare me for this a lot. Yeah, well, that's good. Because I went into it, and I'm like, oh, I ain't thinking that way. I'm thinking he was for me, but he was doing that shit on purpose. He was doing that shit on purpose. I'm crying. So after you found your building, what is the first thing you did after that? I'm not going to say the name. So the first thing, I wanted to get right into it because, what happened? Nothing. I was just ready. I had the money. I was ready. This place didn't look like this, so I was like, all right, bet. I already knew everything was like down to the T on my business plan how this place was going to look. Right. It wasn't, I ain't had to think about nothing. So I already know what I wanted. So I wanted this contractor, right? I wanted this contractor, but he big. Right. So I didn't think he was going to respond on Instagram. Right. So I went to his mutual friend, so I knew one person that I could ask about a contractor in the mutual friends, thinking he was going to look out and send me to him. Right. Or tell him to hit me back. Right. So I goes to him. I don't know if his restaurant's still open. He had a little restaurant and a water ice place. Okay. I'm not sure if they still open, but he said, I do contractor work. Okay. Instead of, oh yeah, I know this person who y'all both following. He's a big contractor. Right. So I'm like, you do? And he like, yeah, what you need done? So I was like, I just need the bar rebuilt, whatever like that. He like, all right, that's easy, that's nothing. He came, he did it. well, he did the framing. It was horrible. It looked like it was so wiggly. Like I'm like, this is gonna fall. We was arguing back and forth. I'm like, is you hired for the job or you want the job done how you want it to be done? This isn't your place. You should be doing what I'm asking you. So, mind you, every time I would pop up here to see what's going on. Whole time, he would hire people to do and act like he's doing it, but it's really somebody else doing it, right? So one time I walked in and it was 2 contractors here building up the bar. I said, this bar too high. They said, oh, we said the same thing, but he was arguing with us. So you arguing with the real workers too.
Exactly.
So boom, they cut it down. I watched them. I was there. He was like, where you want? I'm like, right here. Like lower. It was like up here. Right now it's high, but I'm gonna get to that story. So it was like up here. They cut it down here because I'm like, you supposed to be elbow like. So they cut it, whatever, but it was so bad. I was like, this shit gonna fall. I don't even want you to finish, right? So every time I had a problem, I would say something. I forgot what happened that he thought he was looking out to something. It would have cost more. I didn't ask for no favors. I asked how much it costs and I'm going to pay for it to get done. You don't got to sit there and say you did any favors for me.
You know, a lot of people that do stuff like, as soon as something's done wrong, it's like, oh, well,
I'm helping you out. You're not helping me out. I'm paying for you. I'm paying for your services. So I fired him. I canceled them. I really wanted my money back so bad, but I just let him keep it, whatever, like that.
You paid them in full?
Yeah. I paid, so listen. So yeah, I paid him in full. I lost that money. Oh, and he put the lights, these 5 lights up that the clouds is hanging. Not the clouds, but just the lights, because they was all recessed lights. Okay. Whoever he hired to do that, but they did that. So I fired him. So then I wound up hitting the contractor that I already wanted. He came in. He said the job was horrible. Like he looked at everything. He like, oh, this. And he didn't even know who did it. Didn't know who did it. So he like, all right, bet. I could do this for this amount of money in 21 business days, not weekends. So I'm like, damn, 21 days, not business days. That's a long time. I need to like open ASAP. So I didn't go with him. My girl referred me to this other guy who she like, he good, he do bars, he do houses, he do everything. I went to him. Don't you know this nigga dragged this rest, mind you, December to April. For a fucking bar and it's other shit that he, like little shit, but he dragged it bad.
Because the building didn't need much. You just had the picture and touches. It was moving
ready. I just needed a new bar because the bar was faced that way. I just wanted it back on his side. And then, look, so when I hired him, I asked for everything though. I said, can you do my wallpaper? Can you do my paint? Can you do the bar? It was like everything. Paint, wallpaper, bar. I did my own. Like, that's how slow he was moving. I came in here, knocked my wallpaper out. I came in here, knocked the paint out. The board is everything in here I did. He only did the fucking bar.
So, if you could give anybody, I mean, I know you're fairly new, but if you can give any advice to anybody that want to open up a restaurant, what would that be?
I'm going to do advice like stuff that I wish I did, but it was because I didn't know. Like, you know, this was my first, and that's why I really, really love the people who came like their first 2 weeks. Like, everybody who was in here, can I get some feedback? Can you please tell me what you liked, what you didn't like? And people was giving me some real good feedback. I really didn't get nothing too negative. It was the main thing we was getting complaints about. Like, people was like, you could just get a host. I'm not hiring a host. We're small. We can host and wait, like be a waitress. So me and my girl Muna, she the waiter, and I just tell her, like, we be busting it up behind the bar. We see somebody walk in, I'm like, I'll go run over there, greet them, seat them, give them the utensils, give them the menu, tell them to scan the QR code, and let them know they waiter be right over. So I started doing that and it's working out real good. Or even if I'm not that way, hey, welcome to 1111, seat them, give them the utensils, and that. So it was the host because surprisingly we opened in April and the Eve was like that second or third week of opening. when I say the Muslims show love, like we sold out.
Yeah.
Everything we had, we sold out. And it was one girl who came in snapping. I wasn't up here though. I was downstairs. Excuse me. At the time, I had 2 cooks. So I wasn't really cooking. I was like just doing everything that I can help with, like everywhere. And I was mainly upstairs too. Whereas though I finally came upstairs and Moon like, yeah, because I had an argument, blah, 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 with the girl. And I'm like, wait, not here. Like, let me go upstairs. So she was outside. I went and apologized, let her know we are very busy. As you can see, we apologize for not greeting you as well.
Right.
And we just was, people was saying, do it, keep doing what you're doing. Be consistent. That's the main thing they could tell us is be consistent. So I used to always holler, y'all. Holler, yell, argue, like, it was bad because I'm just listening to the people.
Right.
And I don't like bad feedback.
Right.
Like, I mean, I like it so I can change, so we can grow and become a better restaurant, but I just want y'all to do what they want.
Right.
Even though it's like, not even though, but yeah, we are here to assist you and make you feel good and comfortable and leave happy. So that was my whole thing, like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. And I had to realize I don't have to yell, I don't have to scream, but it's just like when something ain't there, I get in my head.
Especially when you wanted it so bad.
Yeah, I just want it right. Like, and I know my vision. I want y'all to see my vision too. I want y'all to do how I want it to be done.
Right.
Because I know it's going to benefit us. I'm not trying to
boss you around.
Yeah. So every day, every single person who ate here, can I get feedback? Can I get feedback? And that's what I did. But waiting wise, I learned to host. Like, it was like, what's the host? Then I realized, like, oh yeah, when I go to restaurants, there's somebody that greet us, see us, and things like that. So I learned that because we wasn't doing that at first. What else? That's probably was the main thing. The big thing too was timing, getting the food up here in the time, like a good manner, because this isn't like an arcade where people doing stuff and waiting for their food, or a full bar, they drinking and talking, waiting for their food. Like when you at a bar or something, drinking and stuff, you forget how long your food takes. People is actually here to eat. They here for the food, so they want to be waiting. And it's not like a dinner restaurant where they give you bread, and you sit around eating on the bread and you ain't too hungry and mad. It's satisfying you for a little bit. And at first I was going to do that, like put some, croissants on the table and stuff like that. But we've been really good with our time. Getting the food up faster and things like that.
Even with a full house?
With a full house, we do really good. Like, I think, so one of the cooks quit because things kept changing left and right. But I was explaining to him, it's going to keep changing left and right, because we knew we wasn't doing a lot of stuff that we was supposed to do.
Not even because you knew. A lot of things change. You have to change with the times too.
So his words was, why y'all keep changing stuff? Y'all just keep changing stuff. I said, well, if you don't like it, it's not the place for you. And even where so everybody who was here, it was like all together it was 5 of us. We all I knew everybody personally. So they didn't take me as they boss. It was a friend. So when I'm telling you to do something, they didn't care to listen, or they took it the wrong way.
Or take their time doing it.
And that was a problem, where it's like, all right, well, because it's a problem, I'm going to have to hire people I don't know. But the big but is, when people come in here that I don't know, things got to be in order now. Because somebody that comes in that I don't know won't be like, well, where's my lunch break, or where's this at,
where's people that already know you
can just do what you want, put the footwork in with me, take a break when you want, things like that, versus, oh no, I gotta make time out for this person, because she don't know it, she want her break, she want this, she want that. So that was the big issue or whatever like that. But other than that, the food, getting up here at a time we made like a good time, and hosting, we fixed all that.
As far as getting things up and running before you start, what advice could you give somebody? Like from your own trial and error.
Oh wait, I did. I kind of went off the question. The first question you asked me, what advice can I give them? The advice I can give you if you want to start up a restaurant is learn more than what you, like, don't just jump into it. I jumped into it because I just felt like I needed to. Time was running out. I had to pay since December. It's April. I'm paying rent. I'm paying bills. So it was like, I don't care what's going on. We opening.
They didn't allow you to build out time because it was already ready to go.
They gave me the first month free, but remember I kept running into the contract issues. Then that last contract, it took 2 months to do a 2-3 week job.
Right.
So that was the problem. Like I paid like 2 full months on rent, bills and everything else, and it was like, mind you, I got personal stuff to pay. And it was like, we gonna have to roll with the punches. We gonna have to open. So if you can, don't even look for a building, or just go do everything the right way. Don't try to be cheap. I tried to be cheap and not go with that contractor that I really wanted to go to because of his time and money. Which if I would have went with him, we would have been up and running, and I probably would have had time to really get things together. Like I didn't even have workers like outside of, like I didn't do no hiring. I just brought in people that I already knew. Right. So like before you open, just like know what you're doing. Like that's all I can say. Do more research. If you don't know it, try to ask. But a lot of people don't like to help. Right. So that was my issue. I didn't even feel comfortable asking a lot of people for help. Right. Ron, you know, Uncut, he did host a class on the bartending. That's when I thought I was going to open it lounge. I took this class, it was like 2 years ago, or like it wasn't last year, it was the year before that. And I took his class, his online drum. Real good information. But I used the realtor he gave us, she didn't respond. Like it was like probably a lot of popular people that, you know, you still got to find your way. Right. Yes, he gave you the platform, but it's kind of hard.
The rest of it's really up to you.
Yeah, it's really up to you, or you got to just find your ways in and out of it. Yeah. So I knew a little bit based off of him on some of the aspects of restaurant, bar, lounge, or whatever like that. But I still didn't know a lot. Like, you know, and then I'm not saying people withhold information. They give you the information. They do. Right. But how you know if I'm going to get that information? You gave me this person's name. She didn't connect with me. Right. She didn't respond. So it's also, you just got to have backup plans and really learn or know what you're doing. I just believed in myself. I know when I want something, I'm going to do it. Any business I own, I want it. Anything I want it. When I say I want it, I get it.
You're going with it, right?
So I believe in myself a lot when it comes to a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. So if you don't believe in yourself, definitely have everything you need before you start.
Nobody else gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly. So that's my big thing is know your resources, know what to do so when it's time to open. And then a lot of people understood that, like they asked, is this your first restaurant? Yeah. So they like understand, like, right, whatever little thing they didn't like, oh, this is their first time. We have people come back every day. Right. It's people that live around here who come in, open their laptop, do their work, sit there, eat, drink their coffee. Yeah. So.
What would you do different opening your second restaurant that you did?
I wouldn't do too much different because it's not like I did something wrong. I just didn't know something, but as soon as I learned something, I put that in place. Or the only thing that I would do differently is not be cheap as far as the construction work. Even though I'm very hands-on, I know how to do a lot of stuff. Right. But I don't want, like here, I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to pay because I had the money, and me walk in and be like, oh my God, this is my business. No, I put the footwork in, like night and day. I wake up, take my kids to school, come here, painting, wallpaper, fucking holes in the wall, grass wall, pot, spray painting them, making clouds for them. I did literally. Right. But I don't want to do that next time.
That type of stuff make you appreciate it more. Honestly, it really do. Especially it being your first, it makes you appreciate everything so much more.
The next restaurant is probably just a good hiring event. Hire people I don't know.
Yeah. So, I've never had a restaurant, and I'm not sure which route you took. But what I can say is, that's for any business because what am I on my 4th or 5th salon now. I feel as though no business should be open with your own money.
So actually, Ron did talk about that. It was a topic on using other people's money, like banks and stuff like that. But I think I was so much in a rush.
Yeah,
I didn't even.
And that's normally how it go for your first business. So that's what I was kind of looking for you to say. Open up the second one because.
But I feel like
you won't be more cheap. You won't be cheap.
The second one, I probably, like, thank you for bringing that up. And that's something that wasn't even in my head, that should have been in my head, like you said. And I'm going to take that and run with it. Yeah. Like, definitely, for sure. Yeah. Business, you know, bank accounts and stuff like that. Money and they see, it's going to definitely be easier for me to get money for the next one, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I already got them, like, everything. Sending me loan. I'm not right now, but like literally because they see the money that's coming in and we only 2 months in, I'm getting loans left and right. You got pre-approved. No, I'm cool right now.
But just how you said, oh, I wanted to do this, but I'm like, you said, I wasn't looking for my dream kitchen in the first one. Like, I'll make some money first. I really admire that because a lot of people be like, I'm not opening it until it's exactly how I want it.
Yeah, no.
And you have to make money first.
Yeah, you do. And that's this, I learned that too, like, with anything. A car, you can't get your dream car first.
Right.
You can't get your dream house first. Right. Like, something is going to be missing out their house on your first house. Your first go around. Like, my next one going to have everything.
Right.
Because I already had a house. I had kind of everything I wanted. I just didn't have a big enough pantry.
Right. I
had a pool at the back. Everything was nice, but I'm in the kitchen, like, literally, ask everybody. I got pantry, it was small, but I painted it, then I had shelf. Everything out the box is cute and best, like that's my type of pantry. Right. Yeah, so I needed walk-in. Right. So like definitely and then the rooms was a little small for the kids. Like I didn't have a big enough closet. But that's fine. That's
like little small stuff. Yeah, but it's not the end of the
everything you got, you can't get what you want. Even a nigga, you're not gonna get what you want all the way around. Right, like a nigga, you gonna go through a few niggas. Right, and then you gonna be like, oh, this is my nigga. Even though I go through some bullshit, but this is my nigga.
Exactly. Like, so. When you know, you know. Yeah. Like you gonna know when shit just feel right, when it's just like this is it. And I just feel like the learning experience is crazy.
You can't get everything you want. But also, don't let that hold you back. Like, people let that hold them back. Like, I
people get discouraged.
All I can say, and I told a few of my friends who did this, who comes back and be like, you know, that saying you always tell us really works. When people say it, like, if you see it on billboards or quotes, just do it, that should really mean, like, just do it. Right. You ain't going to step over and just do it. You never going to step over.
A lot of people don't want to take that leap on faith.
Once you do it, you're going to be like, damn, that's all I had to do.
Right.
Just do it.
Right. No, for real.
Just do it. Any business you want to do, just do it. Like, that's all I got to say.
Let me scan this menu because I need to get me a little bite. Menus, digital. Okay, I'm gonna have French toast, cheese eggs. Yes, classic French toast with cheese eggs. And enough for business, but that's never too much. It's never enough. But let's get into some tea, some personal. So, what is it like with your personal life, like day to day? I know you mentioned you got kids.
Well, it's crazy because before the restaurant, like my life changed. Like before the restaurant, it was all about the babies, all about hanging out and stuff like that. But literally, because I do still work at my job at Children's Hospital. Okay. I work there now 2 days a week, 12-hour shifts. That I'm literally here every day. We only close on Mondays, and then 2 days out of the week I'm at CHOP overnight. So I'm here, go home, barely, like probably no net. Most of the time no net because I be leaving here late after like cleanup and stuff. Right. And then I just go home, wash, change my clothes, go straight to work. Come straight here. Well, I go back home, change, come back here. So it's literally a rotation. So my kids don't really get to see me as much no more. I be feeling like bad, like I'm a bad mom.
How old are they?
5 and 6.
Okay.
But they really don't be caring though. Yeah. But I be feeling it like, Then when I do see them, I be like, y'all don't want to go home? They be like, no, we want to stay here.
Right.
They love their grandma house. But like before then, we always was together, like literally day to day. And even days like during the week, Monday through Friday, it's like, yo, it's weekend. Can I get some me time? But they be ready to go like to their grandparents' house and stuff like that. But we always doing stuff. Like I'm a boy mom. I can't even see myself having a girl.
Right.
Like if I was to have another kids, another boy.
You want more kids?
I want more kids, but can't have more kids.
Okay.
So if I was to have another child, I would maybe if I had some money get a surrogate or something.
I think that's the route I'm taking.
Really, I want to. I wanted to have like a lot of kids, because my mom had a lot of kids. She has 6 kids. It's a bunch of us. It's never a dull moment in the house, you know?
Okay.
And then when you get older, you know they're going to be there for you, like, you know. And then I have lost a sister.
Okay.
But, you know, you lose a sibling, you still have a lot of, even though none of them are replacing that sibling,
right.
but you still have comfort around you.
Right.
Versus I have 2 kids. God forbid one go once they're older or something, like, it's just another one left. It's
right.
Like,
it's only one. Yeah.
So that's a big reason that I'm like, dang, I need more kids. Like,
yeah.
I don't want one of my kids to be lonely.
Yeah.
But before, like, Instagram was like everybody watched, like, we be at the mall, people walk up to us like, I know your kids. I'm like, hi. Right. We watched them grow up. We follow you on Instagram. They be like, they know their names and everything. Like, people love my kids because that's how much we always on camera. Like, and I wanted to do, what is it called when the YouTubers?
Yeah.
I wanted to do that with them. Around the house, let them play with their toys, do whatever they do. Like, they are, wow.
Oh, shit, you real busy. Now I was about to say, well, what's that?
Now I can't.
You too busy.
Yeah. But it's funny because, you know, when we are around each other, I hear them say stuff because they watch YouTube.
Yeah.
So they got their own phone, they'll set it up and be doing, hey y'all.
Right.
Everybody, I was like, yo, we should be doing it, but it's like,
Yeah.
But I did wanted to start doing it here, like day-to-day basics here, showing 11:11, what goes on here. A lot of people I have posted on Instagram, if I make a YouTube with your watch, everybody like, yeah, we want to see the inside school.
Right.
But I ain't get the chance yet. Once I probably stop cooking, I could probably do more.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, once, you know, everything is timing.
Yeah.
So once you start, like, and you get the time, definitely do YouTube.
Yeah. So, at home, we chill, they play the game, we watch movies, read books, learn. I used to be obsessed with teaching my kids. I used to have all the posters on the wall going. I used to have a stick. They used to act like the teacher.
Yeah.
It used to be so much fun. We take trips, like I'm always taking trips with them. But it'd be hard, like not hard. It's just that they so wild, and then it's just be like a babysitting trip.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm not enjoying the trip. It's good for them, but I just gotta watch them.
So do you like go on trips like
with girls
outside of being a mom and a business owner, and you know having your job, like you know a hustler? I'm gonna say that. What else do you do for fun? Like
I hang out. Like I got some friends who can call me and like, you coming out? I'll go out.
right.
Like I don't have like regular time. Like I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend that just we be on the phone talking. I did, like I had many friends that at that point we used to talk and stuff like that, but I don't have that now. So now is if somebody be like, hey, you want to come out? I go out. Like I'm a people's person where it's like, all right, we having fun. Like Cody like, come on, come to Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. I'm like, all right, I'm down.
Right.
And now I'm with y'all, so I'm like happy about that. Like I got friends, y'all. Like,
but you got family. You got family.
Yeah,
we got friends around here.
My brother and her aunt cousin is in a relationship, so that's her connection. But you know, blood ain't always thicker than
ain't.
So we definitely building bonds over here.
Period.
Whatever the last period. So,
but I don't take girls trip. I did one girls trip in my whole life. I hated it.
I told me that before too.
I said, oh, y'all food here. Bring it to the table. It's just a look, this yours.
I start to dancing when I get my food, child. Please.
See this. But like I met somebody through a friend group, and you know it's straight off. we best friends. Like, she's really I consider her as a friend. She's very nice. I was able to call her this past week, and I didn't know I had work in the morning. I was getting ready to come here. No, I was sleeping, and I said, I'm going to come in late. Luna got it. All my job, they keep calling me like, where you at? Where you at? I'm like, what? What you mean where I'm at? And they like, you had work this morning. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be late. I wasn't able to come in this past weekend, and I was able to call for help. Like, can you cover a little bit for me? And she was able to come. She works a lot or whatever. She had an overnight job, then I got her in chop as well. So she worked both jobs, and so we don't really get to spend time. We talk when we can, which is like as adults. So my cousin actually just explained this to me. She was like, Nee, no, not my cousin, actually her. That's crazy. Because I was crying to her and talking about friendships. And she was like, well, what is a friend to you? I didn't know. She was like, is a friend going out to you? Is a friend talking on the phone? I was just really didn't know a definition of a friend, because all the friends that I had didn't really show true friends. And then I would be blinded by fun, hanging out. I don't care what you do, but right now we having fun, so I was like blinded by that. So she was like, what's a friend to you? I kind of didn't know. She kind of explained, and then she was like, Nee, you have to realize your place in people's lives. Like, she named a few people who I introduced her to. She said, who is this and this and this to you? What do y'all do? She was like, well, maybe they associates. They're not your friends. And that's probably my problem, why I always get upset because something don't go right, is because they not my friend, they your associate. You have to know your associates and know who's your friend. But she considered me as her best friend, and it's just like we still knew. And I be like, I would say it like, are you my best friend, or hey best, like we'll talk like that, but deep in, like, I don't know yet. Like, I just don't know. So,
and honestly though, the best friend thing it gets thrown around.
So that's why
being a best friend is just like a crazy title. But literally being a best friend is being my best friend. Like, we could be really good friends, but you're not my best one. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not the ideal best friend for me. And it's not to say that you have to do something to fit into what I'm looking for or what I would expect. But when somebody is your best friend, you know immediately. It's no second guessing.
It's the only part why I second guess. She probably wouldn't. But I love her. Like, I love her so far, right? But like you just said, you explained it perfectly. Whereas though, who's for you? You know. And I get you could be real, or I'm telling you, I'm the friend that tell her how it is. When she talks about her problems, she don't know. Like, she don't know what to do, versus when it's my problem, she know everything what to do, meaning stuff that I feel like she don't, like, it's not that. Like, yes, you feel like you being right, but it's so argumentative with me on my end, like with my problems. That's the only part I really don't like.
Well, a lot of that doesn't mean that she's not, like, you know what I'm saying, like there's any ill intent or anything.
No. I don't think it's ill intent. I just don't, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, how come if I'm saying this one thing, you arguing with me about it, but if you in that same predicament, is no argument about it?
Well, a lot of people, it could be, I don't know how long y'all been, you know.
We met probably like the beginning of this year. It's either December or January we met.
So a lot of people can see situations
differently.
So she may literally just be seeing more in you than, like, okay, this person's a strong person. I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not equipped for it. So I'm going to argue her down because I want this for her, but I know I'm not strong enough to do it. Like, that's like me and my best friend. Me and my best friend go through a lot of the same shit. And I know me, like, I'm a strong person. My best friend is really, really strong too. But I know, like, I would rather some shit happen to me because I know I can handle it. I know my best friend going to get through it, but I don't even want to see you go through this. So, bitch, listen to me when I'm telling you, because I don't want to see you go through that. Like, but I can go through it next week, and she'll be like, wait, you just gave me the same advice. You know what I'm saying? So it don't be nothing crazy, but that's why it's so hard now that in your adult years, you are building these bonds. Because me and my best friend have been friends since we were in 9th grade. So it's like, now that you're building these bonds, it's like, as an adult and you went through so much. Now it's like you looking over your shoulder a little bit when you don't really know if you have to or not.
Yeah.
So it gets tricky. It's hard. But from me having a best friend for over 10 years, the only thing I can say is when it feels right, you're going to know. Don't put no pressure on, oh, best friend. That's childish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my best friend, we've been calling each other best friends since we was back then. And of course, I feel like me and her started calling each other best friends before we even was best friends. And it just ended up working out like that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's just I don't know. It's like relationships. When you in love, you just feel it. You just know.
Yeah.
Like, my best friend's my person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because I have other, like my best friend had friends on the side. And I got friends on the side. Of course, we all know each other. But it's just different. Like, we don't get on no jealous shit. Like, oh, you hate
So that's the thing. I don't either, and I like to share my friends. Like, if I'm having something, everybody coming.
Yeah.
What bothers me is all the friends that I like, or associates.
Yeah.
That I do bring together. When they do their own thing, I don't ever get invited to nobody's.
Yeah.
Like nobody's. Like none.
Why?
I don't know. I see them like out on Instagram. I used to be like, oh, I didn't get invited until one of the girls, somebody said, if you didn't get invited, why X, we didn't want you to be there.
But she said that to you?
Not to me, it was an Instagram post that I saw.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, stop asking. Stop asking. Because obviously, if they wanted me there, I would have been there. But like, I can't pinpoint one person who invited me to the other. I love me some mom.
Whew. Today was tea. And we can relate so much.
Really?
I really didn't know, like, you know, because we was doing game nights and shit like that. But I really didn't get in. But speaking of game nights, we're going to play a little game.
Bring it on.
We're going to play a little game real quick. And then we're going to close it out. By the way, y'all, my food was top tier. I love French toast. It's made on the right kind of bread. It's not soggy. I'm here for it. And I got to come here before 11:11.
Show love. Be here if you want to make a wish by 11 o'clock to be seated. Because our wish happens at 11:11.
Period.
Bring your bottle. Please bring your bottle. Everybody want to come here. Oh, can I place my order? Run and get a bottle. Come back. Your food done cold. No.
Oh, yeah, no. Bring your own bottle. It's easier. All right. The game is called... It's called All Bad Bitches Take Shots. But we not doing... I could not drink today. I couldn't.
I'll take a sip of my wine.
Yes, that's what you could do. So, name 5 sex positions in 10 seconds. Ready? Go.
Front, back, side.
Front, back, side is not... That's not a sex position. No.
Is it like 6'9"?
Yeah.
69. I said 6'9". Doggy style. Hands on your knees. Hands touching your toes. I don't know that name, Joe.
Missionary.
Oh, that's front, right?
Yes. You fell. I don't think I know off the back like that anyway. Remember we talked about Tuesday? I had to show it because I can't do it.
I'd rather show it like you did.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me pick another one.
I love me some mom.
Whew, today was tea. And we can relate so much.
Really?
I really didn't know, like, you know, because we was doing game nights and shit like that. But I really didn't get in. But speaking of game nights, we're going to play a little game.
Bring it on.
We're going to play a little game real quick. And then we're going to close it out. By the way, y'all, my food was top tier. I love French toast. It's made on the right kind of bread. It's not soggy. I'm here for it. And I got to come here before 11:11.
Show love. Be here if you want to make a wish by 11 o'clock to be seated. Because our wish happens at 11:11.
Period.
Bring your bottle. Please bring your bottle. Everybody want to come here. Oh, can I place my order? Run and get a bottle. Come back. Your food done cold. No.
Oh, yeah, no. Bring your own bottle. It's easier. All right. The game is called... It's called All Bad Bitches Take Shots. But we not doing... I could not drink today. I couldn't.
I'll take a sip of my wine.
Yes, that's what you could do. So, name 5 sex positions in 10 seconds. Ready? Go.
Front, back, side.
Front, back, side is not. That's not a sex position. No.
What is it, like 6'9"?
Yeah.
69. I said 6'9". Doggy style. Hands on your knees. Hands touching your toes. I don't know that name, show.
Missionary.
Oh, that's front, right?
Yes. You fell. I don't think I know off the back like that anyway. Remember we had Taco Tuesday? I had to show it because I can't do it.
I'd rather show it like you did.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me pick another one. All right. The next one says, tell your most embarrassing sex story.
My most embarrassing sex story was like my second time having sex.
Ever.
Because the first time I lost my virginity.
Mm-hmm.
That was my boyfriend on the block, where he lived on the next block from me. But he probably he didn't bust my cherry or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we never did it again because I think it ended we started going to high school. It was he started getting his little girls, whatever. So I met somebody. We had sex. I hope you don't watch this video. We had sex, and he was before we had sex, we was playing a card game and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He asked me, was I a virgin? I'm like, no. I was hyped, no, I ain't no virgin.
Yeah.
And when we had sex, my cherry popped. So it looked like I was a virgin, and it took a long time to get in because technically that really was my really second time to have sex. So it's probably hard to get in. And it was blood everywhere, yo. I was so embarrassed. It was all over his shirt because he had his clothes on. He just pulled his pants down. It was something fast. And he was like, "You're paranoid?" I'm like, "No."
Right.
He oh, so you is a virgin. Literally everywhere. I couldn't believe how
not
much
on the white t-shirt.
White tee, it was like this. It was like a little circle and balled up if the shirt was the right there, and all this blood all over the place. No blood was on me. It was just all on his shirt.
I'm crying. That is embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
I have an embarrassing one, but I really wasn't embarrassed. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. I wasn't embarrassed because it was my nigga.
Yeah.
But it was embarrassing. So so we go, mind you, this was we wasn't that young, but I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. We just trying different stuff or whatever. And
this must be embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. So we go and try to have anal.
You pooped.
Girl, so I'm if you ever try anal or whatever, it's hard at first.
Yeah.
Every time though, it's not once you do it one time, after that it's gonna be easy. Mm-hmm. No, it's gonna be hard like that every time before you start. So we start and try it or whatever. Mind you, he trying to make me relax, and I'm all right. So then, once it get in, all right, it's gonna feel good. Mind you, I'm a teenager. He started trying to go balls deep. I said, hold on. But when girls say no, they really mean yes. So he thinking that, no, really, hold on. My fucking butt was so numb, I couldn't feel it. I just I don't like this, that I can't feel my butt.
Yeah.
So I'm I don't know what's about to happen. So I said, hold on one more time. He still want to go. Out. He went through a pull out, and it
just started shooting out.
He didn't even pull it all the way out. He just pulled out a little bit, and it was poop all on his back. All on his dick.
Oh my goodness.
And his nasty ass did kept going.
He kept going.
And it was stinking.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
so bad. It was so bad.
But we can't keep going.
Afterwards, we just cleaned up and stuff. I mean, like I said, it was my nigga, so I didn't
I didn't want to look salty, but I was salty as shit. I was like, see.
Yeah, somebody told me that does it all the time. Say you have to prepare, like you can't eat a lot.
Yeah, imagine it.
Yeah.
Like who knows?
Know.
Who's a woman? Like who knows that? Or tonight I'm doing anal.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's not something like that.
She really be like, oh, I'm going to see my man tonight. I'm not eating today. Like she really don't eat because I guess that's
You better listen when I say hold on. I'll be damn. We have to do it first thing in the morning then.
Yes.
Cause that is
early
crazy.
in the morning.
Yeah, that happened to me. That is so nasty. Ew. I hope nobody that's I'm gonna be embarrassed with watch this, but
yeah.
Whew. But yeah, that was my most embarrassing. Let me go to the next card. Alright, it say prank call get 15th contact.
What I'm gonna say?
I don't know, depends on who you call.
Girl.
But they gonna
somebody
that's not gonna know your voice, or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Alright, go ahead, call somebody. You gotta tell me what to say. Make sure you block it.
Say you mess with my girl, Marquita. Or no, because let me think. Or you want to bring my sister?
Okay. Just
She's
tell me
not
what to say.
15 though. Say Sharon with you. I'm looking for Sharon. No, I think she know we doing a podcast though. Hold on. I feel like if I call Paige,
I already know who I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prank on my best friend.
I got somebody, my cousin. So
Isn't this crazy that I just said I'm a prank on my best friend and she's calling me? That is crazy.
Here, say you is my baby dad there? Say, are you Deshauna? I'm pregnant. Is Lonnie there? That's the number. Do you think?
His name Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
And what's her name?
D. Or say Deshauna.
Yeah. This day?
What is?
Is this day?
Who is this?
Girl, stop playing. Is Lonnie around you?
Who is this?
Is this day?
If you want to know who I am, you're gonna tell me.
I need to know is Lonnie around you because I told him I was gonna call you if he kept ignoring me.
Who is this?
Listen, tell Lonnie he know what's up. He know who he got pregnant. Tell him to call me.
Oh, he ain't got nobody to fuck pregnant. You're trying to fuck again.
You mad? What?
That's not even that you made.
Why are you so mad? Just tell him to call me. Like what?
You are.
You're mad. You're Sharon.
She's not. That ain't
Man, tell him to call me because y'all this is too much. I just want the abortion money. So either he gonna give it up or you gonna give it up.
Sorry, cuz.
I'm crying. Hold on.
That's her friend, best friend. She said he ain't got nobody to fuck pregnant.
I know that's right. My best friend will be the same way. Oh, I'm on your phone trying to look for best friend. Here. Call my best friend. It's so crazy. I was talking about this girl and she just called me. Here, you call my phone. Just be like, this a mirror?
You blocked it?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. A mirror.
Put it in your. Yeah, be like, this a mirror. Be like, you talk to my nigga.
What's her nigga? Me.
I ain't gonna say no name. She was like, bitch. Be like, you talk to my nigga? Just be like, just say I seen your napkin in your skin. I'm gonna call her back. She ain't gonna try and answer no, let me see if she don't answer. She probably like, just.
She probably trying to call out. That's why I'm doing
All right, try it again. If not, I'm gonna do somebody else.
it. We did her last taco night.
No, I did my friend. All right, this is somebody else. You can say the same thing. You talk to my nigga. Be like, I found your number in your pictures in his phone. She might be your nigga. What's her name? Brianna. These people were scared to answer these black holes. What's happening?
I got one person. If you want to do one more, or you want to do one more of yours.
It don't matter.
All right, star 67.
Which one is that?
I'm trying to think. It's fucking.
Star 67. I'm mad my best friend didn't answer. Oh my God.
I got somebody who we can play with. This is my brother being mine. Star 67267.
What to say?
Say the same thing with Daryl. Or no, she probably fuck. Just say you mess with my nigga Daryl. Say it's my nigga Daryl there.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, is Daryl there? I'm trying to figure out where my nigga is at. You asking all the wrong questions. What? Is my nigga there or not? I'm
They is gonna
crying.
get in trouble.
Yo.
Let me
This
text
is
them
crazy.
now. Especially
Yes,
me.
text them now. Oh my God, y'all, we gotta stop playing so much. All right, y'all, we gonna wrap it up. This is a great episode. We actually gonna drop it tonight. So be on the lookout. But I had a good time. Had some great food. Good combo.
I hope nobody mad at me.
And if y'all
after
are,
this video.
if y'all are, fuck y'all, cause it's my cousin Neil Ho. Bye, y'all.